Well, class, can you hear me?
Doctor,
Yes.
I can't scan the attendance.
Oh, again, is
I
it?
think, yes, it's Chin Chi Fong again. I think it's your course only I can't scan.
Mm,
Like yesterday class, I can scan.
mm, can you email to UTM Digital uh, pertaining to your request, unable to scan the class attendance?
Okay.
Okay, just mention lah my name and your section. Two times cannot scan. Alright.
Okay.
Okay, sure, no problem. I will remember you. You attend the class. Okay, class. Just to recap, what have we learned on the last lecture? It is about input-output data file. That means we set the external file, okay, in terms of a DAT file format, and then we need to access the file and write a new file based on the input from the external file. So how to do that? We have to set the function we call as fopen. That means fopen is a function used to open the file. The first expression here represent the file name. Okay, maybe abc.dat. Okay, that refer to database. A file type. Okay, whether you want to read, you want to write, or you want to append. It depends on you. So after you have opened, you must close the file. So F close PTVAR point. Okay, this is pointer variable, which is the substitute for the actual file name. Okay, maybe your file name will be very long, so you must have the substitution to replace the longer file name. This is the file type. We have R, W, A, R plus, and so on. So remember, we have done this example where we need to convert. All right, we need to convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius and Celsius to Kelvin. So from here, we set the we set the what we call we include the studio for library to access the library, and we start with the main function. We declare the minimum and maximum temperature because the question asks find the maximum and minimum temperature as well. So this is the output file. You can see it has 2 decimal places because our control string define it clearly. Right? So basically this is how it looks like. Okay, the first you need to print F. Alright, you need to print F2. Okay, that means F2 refer to the new file lah. Alright, because the first pointer variable F1 is to open the file in order to get the data. F2 refer to the open the file, that means create a new file and name it as the abc.res. Okay, so you can see the file type, it is write. That means you are eligible to write the new file. So after that, you need to print as per requested. So FCK, Fahrenheit, the first column, Celsius and Kelvin, the next column. So what you need to print, okay, basically you have to use the form. Okay, please don't mute me, yeah. All right. basically you have to use the for loop function. Okay, you can see here that start to access your data line by line. Line 1, you can see I1 until I less than 5, it will stop. This is the condition, and plus I refer to the alterations of the initialization that you have set before. Okay, so in the for loop, okay, for loop process, you need to scan the file 1. Okay, and then you need to set as a Fahrenheit temperature and start the calculation to calculate the Celsius and Kelvin using the conversion there. Of course, you need to declare all the variable TF as the float, TC as the float. And this one you need to do the filtration process to find the minimum and maximum temperature in Kelvin. And finally to close the file. Alright. So in this part, you can see F1 pointer variable equal to F open bracket abc.dat, it depends. Okay, if you store your external file abc.dat at the desktop, you must specify the location like this. Alright, so instead of abc.dat, you must specify f open d, okay, and then /cp program, d /desktop /abc.dat. Alright, if you want to save at the same file directory, just d /abc.res. Okay, that means you are saving your file to the desktop file. Okay, desktop folder. Alright. So that means you need to change only F1. Okay. So for today class, we're going to continue on the chapter 6, which is control statement. So what is control statement? Control statement basically is the instruction that control the program. Okay, that means the computer, you give the instruction, okay, to the computer to process the information. So how the process it looks like? Okay, you have to do the control statement. That means you give the certain information, give a certain input, and then it will have the process. You control the process. What the process you want to be? Maybe you want to print the certain A, you want to print B, or you want to print C. So it control the process. So the first part, we look at the branching. Okay, that means we have options. Remember, branching for options. If we have the options more than one, we can use if-else statement. Okay, so in this case, the statement is executed only if the expression is true. That means you only have one option. Okay, if the option is true, for example, if in the bracket, expression is true. That means x is equal to 1. It is true. And then you print the statement. And then next line. When there are only two options only. For example, there are only two options. Use else clause. You need to add else. For example, if expression is true, statement 1 print. Okay, else statement 2. That means if expression 1, for example, if the expression 1 here, okay, I take a look here. This is, let's say, this is for expression 1. If the expression 1 is true, it will print statement 1 only. It will not go to else statement 2. If the expression 1 is wrong, it will go to else statement 2. That means it will print the statement 2. When there are more than 2 options, maybe 3, 4, and 5, use if else clause statement. All right. For example, expression 1. If expression 1 is true, print statement 1. Else if expression 2 is true, statement 2. Until else if, until you have the last expression, okay, else statement end. That means you don't have any choices. So statement end is printed. Alright. So for example, take a look on this. Read mark 0 to 100 and assign grade according to the following table. Alright. So I want to assign, if I input the information, for example, I input 80, it will print A. If I input 75, it will print B. So we can use the if else statement. Alright. Because we have how many options? A, B, C, and F option. Right. So let we start the hands-on. Okay, the first, open the code block. And then create the new file, empty file, and then save first, save as. Okay, maybe I want to save this directory. Okay, and then name it as the student mark .c. Very important. Okay, that means you specify clearly it is C compiler .c. And then save it. So the first step you need to, all right, let me take first. You need to include the studio, okay, to access the library. So the first, let me set up. Right, make it big. All right, first I include the library, hashtag include, you can see, and then include the studio, stdio.h. Okay, this is the format for library. And then use the start the main function. All right. And then start with this. All right. So first I want to declare the variable. So what's the variable I want to declare? That means I give the value, it will store in the variable. So what kind of variable I want to declare? The mark. This mark as a floating. So I want to consider the mark as a decimal places, consists of decimal places. Maybe I can input 50.6, right? And then semicolon, the next line. Okay, I need to scan the scan the keyboard input. Scan function, bracket. So this is control string, F for the format of float. And then comma, you want to store at variable mark. M-A-R-K. In here, you must have the semicolon to define you have finished the process. And after that, okay, after you got the information, you got the value of mark, right? You start the if statement. If, now I have 4 options. So I use if else, if else, if else clause statement. If the mark here is more than 80, okay, remember it is statement 1. I can put here the statement 1 to do printing. I want to print function excellent. So this is string, you must put this way, excellent. Excellent, you got A. Alright. So this is the next line. That means here, without this semicolon, it refer this one to this one as a group. If you put semicolon, it will consider only one line. Okay, without the semicolon, it will straightly jump here. Alright, after that, you have another option. Within 17 to 18, you will get B. So else if, okay, bracket again, mark. Right. You want the marks to be more than or equal 17. And, okay, this is and option. Okay, this is within, yeah, you use and. The mark, okay, the mark is less than 80. That means when the value is exactly 80, it will be here. This is not include 80. All right, and then what you need to do, print. Okay, print what? Print, okay, good only. Good for B. Okay, you can have a proper way, break space a little bit. And then again, continue, else if, must make sure inside this. Else if the mark is 60 and 70, print, okay, pass only. So C. And finally, if the value is not matched here, if this statement is wrong, this statement is wrong, this statement is wrong, that means finally it is fail. So else print, okay, you can put else print function. Okay, this is for string. You need to put fail. You got the grade F. And then semicolon to present the next line. Okay, double check, you have the semicolon, perfect, already, okay, good. And then finish. Very simple, right? So, start to build and run, click here. Okay, then you can see what is wrong. You need to rectify. It is line 12. Alright, where is line 12? Here. Okay. It is print before the output. Okay, you can see this one is wrong. Okay, this one. Alright, make sure it is only one. Okay, one bracket. Try again. Yes, now we got the right way. Okay, so I want to start with the value. I want to set the value of maybe 90. Excellent. Okay, so it gives you the excellent result. And finish. Okay, so of course you can start with this one. Okay, we try. Okay, print, enter your score. Okay, you can see. Good, yeah. Okay. Right. scan function. Wait, yeah. Okay, before scan. Okay. Wait, yeah. Okay, now I can see no semicolon. Okay, so if you want to put instruction at the first point, all right, you can set enter your score. So that means you ask the user to input the value. So click here, enter your score. So I entered 40. You fail. All right. So what do you notice when I don't put the new line here? It will be like this. The same line. Okay. You can put 67. Pass C. Okay. This is how you do the branching operation. Okay. We can save the file. Okay. Save already, I believe. All right. And then you can close. Okay. Let's continue. Alright, let's continue on the looping process. Okay, if you don't have any option 1, 2, 3 like the grading student, you can use the looping process. The reason why you need to use the looping process because you need to print the value consecutively. Alright, you need to print value iteratively until you meet the condition, it will stop. So in the looping process, we have the while statement. The statement is executed repeatedly as long as the expression is true. That means it will repeat until the condition is false, it will stop. For example, you have while your expression is true, must true, yeah, it will run the process, it will print the statement. Example, okay, display consecutive digit 0, 1, 2 until 9 with one digit on each line. All right. So we can use like this. Right. Okay. Open the code block again. Okay, you can start the new file, the new empty file, save as. Okay, maybe I can save as okay, display value. All right, .c. Okay, so the first part, okay, it is easy. Include hashtag include studio stdio dash, and then start the main function, and then open the main function. Okay, start with the I want to print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until 9 on the single line, on each line, right? So I need to declare first integer digit, because this is digit equal to 0. I need to initialize equal to 0 first. And then you must have the semicolon. You start with the while loop. While this is your statement, make sure the statement is true. The digit is less than or equal to 9. That means it will stop until 9. Right? And then here, okay, let me be clear. Okay, print. Okay, you give the instruction to the program, just print. Okay, print function, bracket. Okay, I want the digit to be print using the control string D. Okay, for the new line. Okay, that means it will start print the new line and then print the new line. You must use this one. Okay, backward slash and then digit. Print what? The digit that you have declared. Alright. So just semicolon this, and this is the expression. Digit equal to digit plus 1. Alright. So double check again. You have the while loop. Make sure it is. Okay, it is have their own section. Okay, you must have this one. Okay, that means it is this kind of control statement within the loop, within the while loop. Right, complete. This is alright. That means print the digit following this format, control string format. Okay, it must only one decimal places. Ignore decimal places, sorry. And digit equal to digit plus 1. That means it will auto update. The first, it will print the digit here. First, okay, let me start. The first you initialize equal to 0. Okay, and then it start the process while loop. It will go to while. Okay, is 0 is less than or equal to 9? True. It will execute the print process. It will print the digit following to the format control string, and then it will, after print 0, it will go to the next line, digit equal to digit 0 plus 1. Now it become 1. Okay, this 1, it will go back to the while loop. Is 1 is less than or equal to 9? Yes, it will print again. And then it will update to become 2. Is 2 is less than or equal to 9? Yes, it will go around and around until the process reach 9. It will print and finally stop. So take a look. Now you can see we have 0. Right? We have 0 until 9. What happens if you don't put this new line? It will become horizontal. Okay, can you see? It become horizontal. So you must follow the instruction lah. Alright. Okay. So now, yeah. All right. So after you have understand the function of while loop, okay, this is how it looks like. Basically, you can see this one, this digit is equal to plus plus digit. Remember, this is the shortcut. If you don't put digit equal to digit plus 1, you just put replace by plus plus digit. This is increment by 1. Alright, same thing like this. Just put this way. It will also print 0, 1, 2, 3 until 9. Alright. Okay. So this is the shortcut version. You can see this include auto update. And then auto replace. Okay, what I mean is the first, if you look at here, the first it will update. Update from 0 to 1. And then it will replace this value to here. If you put only digit plus plus, it will do two things together. It will auto update and then it will auto replace. Shortcut. Okay. So, next we take a look about the do while statement. Alright. So, the general expression is do. Okay, that means you force the program do this statement and then check with the while loop. So expression is true. Okay, that means you do the process first and then check. For this part, you can see check first. Check the condition whether it is true and then do the process, run the process. For this part, it is different. You do the process first and then check. So do statement and then check with while expression is true. For example, okay, display consecutive digit 0, 1, 2 until 9 with one digit on each line. That means it is the same output. Okay, you want to print like this 0, 1, 2, 3 until 9, but using different approach, using the do while statement. Okay, so the first, this is accessing the library. And then start the main function. Sorry. Main function. Opening the function. Opening the function and this is closing. So inside this one, you declare the digit and initialize together. That means the first you declare digit is integer and then you initialize the digits is equal to 0. So you force the program do this statement without checking. So do print. Print what? Print the digit. So I print 0. Let's say print 0. And then this is update. Update. Okay, from 0 plus 1, it become 1. So 1 will update here. 1 will update here. Alright, it become 1 now. So, okay, and then it will check. Okay. It will update and then it will check with digit. Is it less than or equal to 9? And then it will print 1. Okay. So it will update again. Okay. It will update. Sorry. It will update and check, print. Update. Okay. Update, check and print. Something like that. Alright. So this is remark. The main difference between while loop and do loop is that while loop check the condition before iteration of the loop, while the do loop verify the condition after the execution of the statement inside the loop. Okay. So the next of the looping after we have learned while statement, do while statement. Alright, we can take a look about the for statement. The for statement is the most commonly used. Remember our previous exercise, how to access the input and output file? We use the for statement. Most commonly used looping statement in C. General form is something like this. You start with the for, and then the bracket, expression 1, expression 2, expression 3. Okay. So what is expression 1? Expression 1 basically used to initialize some parameter. For example, you initialize I equal to 0. Okay. So you initialize I equal to 0. And then expression, a condition. Alright. The expression number 2 refer to condition. If I is less than or equal to 5, it will run the process. Then it is true. Okay, it will execute the process. And expression number 3 used to alter the value of initialize. Alright, that means it can be I plus plus, something like that. It will replace. The first you initialize I equal to 0. And then it will replace now become 1, become 2 until 5. So, to understand clearly, display consecutive digit 0, 1, 2 until 9 with 1 digit on each line. Okay, the same example but different loop. The first we declare the first we include the studio, start the main function, we open bracket, open curly bracket. Okay, we declare the digit. Okay, declare digit as integer. So we start with the for loop. The first initialization. Okay. Initialize digit equal to 0. And then you start with the condition. You want the loop process stop before reaching 10. Alright. And then this is alteration of initialization used to alter the initialize parameter. So the process is something like this. It's like this. The first process, okay, and then it will 0. This is 1. It will go to 2. Okay, 0 is less than 9. Yes, it is true. And then start the statement. Print the statement. Print digit. So I print 0. And then after print, I need to go here and alter the initialization parameter. Okay, previously digit equal to 0, right? So now digit equal to digit plus 1, increment by 1. So now it become, this is 3. For example, this is process number 3. This is process number 4. Okay, this is process number 4. And then is the digit now become 1. 1, it will check here. Is the 1 is less than or equal to 9? Yes, it is true. And then it will go to process number 3. And then it will continue here. And then it will go here again. Go here again. Go here again until the condition is false. It will stop. Okay, it will print 1, 2, 3 until 9. Because you can see you have the new line. So it will go to new line. All right. So now we go to the nested loop, nested control structure. That means you need to have the loop inside loop. Right? You have one bigger loop. You want to have another loop inside the loop. So, for example, generate vertical series of number. Okay, I want to generate like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then again repeat 1, 2, 3, 4 until how many times? 4 times. Okay. You can see this is 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. So how many times it repeats? I equal to, okay, it will repeat until I is less than or equal to 4. Okay, so you can see this is I1, this is I2, this is I3, this is I4. Inside I1, it has the process 1, 2, 3, 4. That means this is considered as a J1, this is J2, J3, and J4. Okay, so you can see this is looping. Okay, this is looping. I go to here. I1, okay, I1 go to I2, I2 go to I3, I3 go to I4. Inside I, we have the looping. 1 go to 2, 2 go to 3, 3 go to 4. So how to do this? Okay, this is the process. Okay, please look at carefully. All right. We do the nested loop. So first we declare the variable, we declare the library, we include the library, we do the main function. Okay, here is opening and closing the main function, the bigger one lah. And then we declare the variable, declare I and j as integer. I want it as a whole number. So inside after that, we start the process with the for loop. The for loop process. Okay. So first we do the initialization. Sorry, yeah. Alright. The first we do the initialization. We start with equal to 1. Okay. And then it will go to here. It will check. Is 1 is less than or equal to 4? Yes, it is true. Then it will execute to this statement, the for. Okay, so it will execute for the for. This you can see we have 2 for loop. So this is nested loop, loop inside loop. Alright. So it will execute. This is 1. This is 2. Okay, it will execute for loop. This one, okay. It will go J. Initialize J equal to 1. Alright, it will check here. Is J is less than or equal to 4? Yes, definitely. It is true. It will execute. Okay, it will execute this one. It will print definitely. So it will print 1. Okay. And then you can see new line. Okay. So from here, it will print. You can see it print J. So now J become 1. So after that, you update the process. Okay. J now become 2. Okay, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. Now J become 2. Is 2 is less than or equal to 4? Yes, it is true, and it will run again. Okay, it will print new line. It will print here lah, new line. It will print 2. And then it will update again, become 8. Now J instead of 2 become 3. It will check, is 3 is less than or equal to 4? Yes, it will print. Okay, it will check. This is 9. It will print 3. Okay, and so on lah. Okay, and then it will update again. It will print 4. Okay, after it reach 4, okay, it is still true, and then it will update 5. Okay, so here it will update 5. Let's say this is 5. Okay, if 5 is less than or equal to 4, it is false. So the program will proceed to this one. Okay, go to this one. Okay, we'll go to this one lah. Okay. So now we have complete one process for I. This is I1. And then it will update. Okay, now I instead of 1, I become 2. Okay, this 2 will check here. Is 2 is less than or equal to 4? Yes, it is true. Then it will execute to the process again. So it will start with J equal to 1. Okay, now it will print 1. 1. And then 2, 3, 4. Finish. The process will continue. Until 4. Okay, let's say the I now become 5. Okay, the final lah. Is 5 is less than or equal to 4? It is wrong. It will auto terminate. You can see auto terminate. Finish. Okay, any question class so far?
Sir,
Yes.
the attendance.
Okay, I will share later on.
Okay, sir.
Right. So, class, any question pertaining to the for loop, nested loop?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
For looping for statement, there's 3 expression, right? What if first expression I do I less or equal to 4, and expression 2 I equal to 1, and expression 3 I plus plus. What it can be?
Oh, it cannot run. Because you must follow the instruction here. Okay. It has the format. for statement, the first expression must be initialized. You must initialize I equal to what? Start with 0. Expression 2 must be a condition. Expression 3 must update the initialize. Okay, if you changing, definitely it will run. It will not run. It will become error. The coding of the programming is quite what we call that? It's quite precise. Okay, you must follow exactly lah the format.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, we go to the last one lah. Okay. Okay, now I have example. I want to generate multiplication table. Okay. For example, I want to generate 1 multiply with 1 equal to 1 until 11 multiply with 12 and 12 multiply with 12. So, I want to explain this one, the process. Okay, you can see we have to do the nested loop. Loop inside loop. Why? Because you can see here. Okay. This part become for I 1. This part I until I 12. You can see you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, sorry. It's not like this. Okay, this part I, you can see I until 12. And then start with again. This is I2 until I12. Inside I1, you have how many process? You have 1, 2, 3. Okay, you have 12 process. So I should be 12. The total I 12, total J also 12. Alright. So quite simple. You start with the library, access the library, include studio. Start with the main function. Inside here, you declare the I and J as the integer. And then start the for loop. This is external, yeah. For loop for I refer to external. Refer to this one. Okay, it will create 1, 2, 3. For the J1, it will create inside the I1. Okay, the first part, you initialize I equal to 1. And then check with the condition. Is it true? Yes, it is true. It will go to this process. And then it will start initialize J equal to 1. Okay, and then it will check with the condition. Is 1 is less than or equal to 12? True. It will print what? Okay. This is the control string. You remember? Okay. This 2 refer to the field width. Okay, 2 field width. D multiply with D equal to, okay, 3 field width D. Okay. So that means it will print, it will print what? It will print, yeah. Okay, let me show you clearly. This part will refer to this part. Okay, it links. This part will refer to I. And the final part equal this part equal to this one. Okay. So it will print J, which is this is J, multiply with I equal to J multiply with I. Okay. So what is J? J is 1. You can see 1 multiply with I equal to 1 equal to 1 lah. Okay. Now this is J. You can see this line, the whole of this line. Okay, this one, whole of this. This is J. J changing, yeah, keep changing 1, 2, 3 until 12. Until this is met. Okay. And this is I. And this is I multiply with J or J multiply with I. Alright. So let's say if the J equal to 13. Okay, J equal to 13. Okay, it will update here. Let's say J equal to 13. And it will check. Is it true? False. It will go here. Okay, now the I instead of become 1, I become 2. And then I become 2 now, it will check with the condition. Is 2 is less than or equal to 12? Yes, it is true. It will run again. It will go to the for loop. Now J, still 1. J is less than, this is the condition. And then it will check. Yes, it is true. It will run again. And then print until J. Okay. But the difference here is the I here. The I now become 2. Okay, you can see the I now become 2. Okay, but the same keep changing, keep doing the loop is the J. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This is basically the process lah. Okay, any question so far? Alright. If you don't have any question, let have one activity. Alright, please go to your e-learning. Okay. Wait ya. Okay, go to your e-learning. Go to your e-learning now. And then please give your self-reflection. What have you learned today? Okay, pertaining to the chapter control statement, chapter 6. Okay, go here. And then I will review one by one. I want to look at now the total class. We have 26 students. Okay, every student must submit your review at least 6 review. Okay, 6 point. Okay. Okay, by the way, this is the class attendance. Scan first. Okay, go to forum. I create the forum.
Sir.
Yes, you unable to scan?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, class. I create one forum. What I have learned on control statement. Okay, what I have learned on control statement. If else, while, do while, for, and nested. Okay, nested. Let me check. Okay. Okay, nested loop. Please give 6 at least. Please give at least. Okay, 6 point. What point on your self-reflection? Okay. Okay. Okay, class. Go now to your programming. Go to the e-learning. And then start posting your question. Start posting your self-reflection. Okay, so how to post? You go to this one. What I have learned on control statement. Click here. Sorry, internet very slow. And then add new discussion. Your name, okay, Ahmad, for example, or your name Chin Chi Hong. Okay, so what I have learned, I learned nested loop consists of looping, consists of looping, consists of loop inside loop. Okay, this is point 1. Point 1, 2, 3 until 6. Alright, and then post to forum. Okay, I give you about 30 minutes. Okay, after this, I'm going to review one by one. Is it okay, class? Okay, you may start now. Do you have the lecture note with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I believe you have the lecture note. You can start looking at your lecture note and understand and write down what have you learned on this chapter. Okay, I give you 30 minutes from now. We end until 3:30. I will review one by one together. Okay, I will read your name and review. Okay, class. We have Fitri Zuhairi, the first. Okay, the first student enter the self-reflection. So let's take a look. Okay, Fitri Zuhairi. For control statement, if we have one statement, use if, yes. For two, use if else, okay. For three more statement, use if else, yes, correct. So of course you need to start with else lah, else if. If all the conditions are not met, else statement will execute. Okay, good, you understand now. The nested loop is a loop inside the loop. Okay. A statement syntax. Okay, this is important. You need to follow, yes. Statement syntax. For the for loop, initialization, condition, and control variable. Okay, this control variable is where you alter the initialize. Okay, this is basically alter. Alter the initialize. For the in the nested loop, it is compulsory to use for statement. Okay. Sometimes it is not compulsory to, to use the for statement. You can do a while statement as well. Don't worry. Or you can do the branching. Okay. Don't limit your programming code. Inside the nested loop, you can do the while statement, do while statement. Okay. You can do else if statement. Okay, if statement, it's okay. The statement inside the nested loop will be executed first until it met all the condition, and it will come back to the statement before. Perfect. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I can see. Zulhelmi now understand clearly. Okay, we look at Abdul Rahim. Abdul Rahman. I learned about if else statement. Okay, please specific, yeah, Abdul Rahman. What have you learned? I learned that the coding for the grading giving a program is based on the if else statement. Okay. Okay, please do not make like this. I learn about while statement. I learn about this is. I please I prefer you to write in detail. Okay, the specific. This is just a copy. Okay, I want to know your thought. Okay, we only have 2. How many of you? We have 26 students. Please, I'm waiting. Alright, class. Now let's check your self-learning. What have you learned? Right? Okay, now we have many students submitted to the forum. Okay, let's see Wong Yu Kin. For if else statement, when involve two option, then we have to use if. Okay, first followed by else. Good. Yes, this is very important. I plus plus mean I is a plus one before the execution, while I plus plus mean after the execution. Yes, correct. Right. We have Farah Dila. Understand the problem to create the control statement. Yes, you might understand. First, it is branching or it is looping. If you have option, go to branching. Else if statement. If you want to print consecutive number, please use looping. Okay. If you want to have a nested loop, okay, loop inside loop using the nested loop. Maybe you can use for statement, alright. If else statement for the branch. Okay, we have Lee Jufi. If else use for two option. Yes, correct. Okay, to harness your understanding after this, okay, I have created assignment for you. Okay, you may do it tomorrow. Start by tomorrow. Assignment number 3. Okay, click assignment number 3. And then you can start do lah. Basically, assignment number 3 involve of how you access the data from the external resources, and then you write a new file and save it to the same directory. Okay, so just a reminder, when you want to create a new file, maybe you want to create a dat file, okay, ABC for example. Okay, for example, okay, for example, this is your directory. In your programming, this is a backward slash. In your programming, it is forward slash. You must know that. Okay, if you want to create a database, okay, database file, which is in the format of dat.dat, new, go to text document. Okay, maybe you want to save as student mark. Okay, inside the student mark, alright, you may create one, okay, and then you can save your file into that format. Okay, save as, change into .dat, and then make sure the save type here as all file. If you unchange this one, text document, what happened? It's still in the text document. Sorry. Okay, sometimes it will become the text document. So must make sure. Okay. Okay, file, save, as.dat, all file. Okay. Okay, now you have the dat file. Okay, you use your pointer variable to replace this file name and start access the file. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, tomorrow you're gonna have start the assignment 3. Okay, the deadline is on 14th of November. 2021. All right, before 12 p.m. It is 2 hours. Allow attempt is 1 time. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you very much for your time. See you next week. I end my session with Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, sir.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.